Today we're going to finish up our solution times Excel document. So when we last left off, we had created a scatter plot of mean solution times. So I'm going to go back to that, and if I highlight my scatter plot, I get this menu up here called Chart Tools. So I go to Design, and I want to click on Add a Chart Element. I go down here and find Trend Line. Now notice it gives you an option for more trend line options. Go ahead and click on that, and it'll open up a window over here. I'm going to select Linear, and then down here at the bottom I'm going to select Display Equation on Chart. Now if you notice, you get a slope-intercept equation for our best fit line. So I'm going to drag this slope-intercept equation up here so I can see it better. So our slope-intercept equation is y equals negative 133.68x plus 491.33. Now your equation is going to be different because you have different data. Now remember I said last time that Excel does math for you. So we're going to have Excel do some math for us again. We want to find the solution time on the 5th attempt. Now, number of attempts down here is our x-axis. So I can set x equal to 5 in my equation. So I hit the equal sign. Then I'm going to type in my slope-intercept equation. Negative 133.68 times 5, because we want our 5th attempt, plus 491.33. Okay, I hit enter, and I get an equation. Now notice, this is a negative number, negative 177.07 seconds. My data supports that because of the downward trend. So if we notice, this isn't a real scenario, but it gives you an idea of how to project trend lines. All right, so the next thing they ask us is average attempts at 23 seconds. Basically, how long would it take someone, how many attempts would it take someone to solve the puzzle in 23 seconds? So here, we're going to go back to our y equals, but in this time, instead of setting something equal to x, we are going to set something equal to y. So over here, in this Q box, I'm going to give myself some more room. Excel doesn't really do math for us here or algebra. So I'm just going to write out the equation so you guys can see what it looks like. So 23, because that's our time in seconds, equals negative 133.68x plus 491.33. All right, if I move the equation around and use algebra to solve the problem, I'm going to subtract 491.33 from 23. So now that I have my equation, I can actually use math to enter it. So I'm going to go equals, and I know that I want 23 minus 491.33, and then I have to get my negative 133.68 to essentially isolate x or get x by itself. So I can do that, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide out 133.68 after I get my answer. So I get my answer of negative 468.33. So in my next blank, I can have Excel do math for me again. I hit equals, negative 468.33 divided by negative 133.68. And I hit enter. Okay, and I get this long decimal of 3.503366248. So what this is telling us is that it takes a person an average of 3.5 times to solve my puzzle in 23 seconds. So I actually want that in this box. So I can hit Control X, and that is going to cut that cell. And if I click on the cell where I want it and hit Control V, it will copy over some of the data. Operation will cause some merge cells to unmerge. That's fine. Okay, so there's my answer of average attempts. Now remember last time I said we could format the cells to get rid of some of the decimals. So I can take my number, 2 decimal places, and I hit enter. There's my average attempts at 23 seconds. So this is what your final product or your final Excel graph of puzzle cube solution times should look like. Again, your data is going to be different than mine, but if you follow these steps, you'll be able to create your assignment just like I did.